My name's Tobie Donovan, I play Isaac in Netflix's Heartstopper, and this is Young Entertainment Magazine. I have read the graphic novels, I'd be silly not to. They're just the most incredible resource to have when shooting our show, and yeah, I read them before I did my audition and was just so overcome by how wholesome and cute and lovely the story was. Yeah, if you haven't, you should go and read them. Once I'd read the comics and seen a bit of the script, I was so overcome by a necessity to be in the show. You know, I felt like I needed to do it. It was just the most incredible and important story, and yeah, I just felt this real urge to amplify these queer stories and to be a part of it, on such a huge platform like Netflix is just an honour, yeah. Yeah, so my character Isaac is a new character that was created for the TV show, which came with a lot of pressure and I was very nervous about, but also having Alice Oseman, the writer, creator of this whole world there, was the most incredible resource, and I could just ask her all the questions that I needed to ask about Isaac and how Isaac fit in the story. So yeah, my nerves were kind of calmed down after speaking with Alice, and we sort of forged out a path for who Isaac was, and yeah, I'm really excited to tell more of that story, hopefully, if we get more seasons, fingers crossed. Oh, this is a tricky one. The important message I want people to take away from Heartstopper is that although you might think people are really different to you, all human beings, whatever walk of life you're on, to my knowledge, have the same anxieties, feel the same joy, feel the same fear, feel the same nervousness, feel the same sadness, feel the same everything. You know, we can be on completely different corners of the world and be experiencing such similar things. And particularly with our show, you know, I think queer identities are so often alienated, and people feel that they're this group of people that are nothing like what is in my world. But hopefully with our show, we show that queer people are just like everyone else, and that, yeah, our differences is what makes our world such an amazing place to be in. My favourite scenes to work on in the first season were the bowling alley. I really loved doing the stuff at the bowling alley. That was so much fun. Just all the bright lights and getting to play on the arcade machines at lunchtime. That was the most fun. And also just, I think any times that the whole cast were there together were the most special moments. So there was the rugby match scenes where all of us were on the sidelines watching, and the sports day stuff when we were all there as a whole kind of ensemble. Those are my fondest memories of just, yeah, mucking about whenever they say cut and we all just do stupid games. Yeah. I mean, I have quite a similar answer, I guess. My favourite behind the scenes moments were any moments where we were all there together, because, yeah, like I say, we just kind of mucked about a bit and felt like kids on a school trip or something. So yeah, those were some of my favourite moments, and you can see more behind the scenes moments in my behind the scenes vlogs on YouTube. What do I see next for Isaac? I see more books, for sure. I see Isaac continuing to be a protector for his friends, and continuing to always look out for everyone else, potentially before he looks out for himself. And what I would like to see from potentially more Heartstopper would be, I'd really like to delve into Isaac's psyche and his sexuality and his identity, and yeah, where he sort of fits on the queer spectrum, I guess. And I'd like to have a look at Isaac's home life, maybe see what where his love of books comes from. I'd like to see potentially parents. I think that could be cool. Yeah, lots of things. I mean, whatever Alice writes, I'm sure it'll be amazing. Yeah, so I trained at Bath Theatre Academy for 2 years. We did lots of plays, lots of productions. One of my favourites was a musical we did called Spring Awakening, which is the most amazing story about growing up and discovering who you are and your sexuality and discovering your body and all these amazing things. But my character was the only gay person in this tiny village in olden days Germany where they were very not accepting. And he was just this amazingly confident individual. And yeah, I had the most fun doing it, and singing and dancing around a stage was, yeah, just so much fun. What was it like acting in my first on-screen role? It was just the biggest dream come true ever. I was just so excited every day to get up and go to work, which I'd never really felt before. You know, I used to work, before Heartstopper I was working at a supermarket, and I would wake up dreading going to work. But yeah, it was just everything that like I'd ever dreamed of since I was a child. And it was just so much fun. Like, it's such a great group of people to be around and such a great environment to be in. And yeah, I'd love to do it again. Ooh, you know, there's lots of differences between stage and screen acting. I think I sort of had to adjust to those differences very quickly because all of my training and everything I'd ever known was acting for stage. So like learning to kind of turn everything down when acting for camera was a bit difficult to start with. But yeah, it's just about playing much more naturally in front of a camera, I think. Whereas if you're in a theatre, you're having to fill a massive room and project right up to the back of that room. Whereas in camera, it feels much more real. It feels like you can just be genuinely having a conversation with the person sat in front of you. So, you know, there's great things about both. But I think acting for camera definitely feels a lot more intimate and potentially more real. Yeah. Yeah, Isaac reads lots and lots of books in the show. It was always a funny time on set when they'd bring me out that book for the scene, and it would be like anything from quantum mechanics to like, I don't know, like a murder mystery or a love story. Like, just all of these massively varied books would always make me laugh what they'd come out with. I read one of the books out of the list because I've struggled with dyslexia my whole life. I'm not a very good reader, and I felt like if I can at least tick one of the books off that list, I've done something. So I read Radio Silence, which is Alice Oseman's book that I read in the show, and I highly recommend it. It's the most amazing story. So that's the only book that I read, but yeah, I think Isaac has incredible taste. You know, it's so varied, and I'd love to see, potentially, if we get more Heartstopper, I'd love to see even more variety in Isaac's books, just getting like really outlandish with the books that he pulls out. I think it'd be really funny. I would not just describe myself as a bookworm like Isaac. I don't think we have very similar tastes, no. But I you know, through playing this part, I've really kind of found a newfound love and connection for books that I didn't have before. So I'm really grateful for that. It's kind of helped me get back into it. And I've read a couple of really good books recently. I'm currently reading the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, not quite quantum mechanics just yet, but definitely enjoying my little fantasy action adventure story. Apart from Isaac, who is obviously my favourite Heartstopper character, I think I would have to say my favourite character is, this is controversial but hear me out, Imogen. I just think Rhea Norwood plays that part so perfectly and taps into this incredible vulnerability in like asking Nick out, and you can see on her face all the like hopes and joys of being in a relationship with this boy, and it's so heartbreaking to watch because obviously as an audience we know, oh sorry, it's not gonna happen. But yeah, so just great vulnerability, but also it's just such a funny part, like getting to be obnoxiously ignorant and walk into a scene thinking you're the most confident person in the whole world and just being like, utterly ignorant is so funny, and Rhea Norwood does it so well. Yeah, Imogen's my favourite character. What's next for me? Hopefully some more acting stuff will come up soon. Hopefully we get renewed for a second season of our show, so I'd love to come back and do more of that. For now, you can see what's happening with me on all of my social medias, and check out, like I said earlier, my YouTube channel. I'm currently posting behind the scenes vlogs from like my whole experience filming Heartstopper, like day in the life type thing, and yeah, they're really fun. You should check them out.